What's up, guys? It's Candy Rivers at home, and today is Storytime with Candy. Now, today's story is inspired by a Netflix movie called Troop Zero, and the young lady's story in the movie, if you have not seen it, just gonna give you a small synopsis. She is a young lady that is being raised by her dad, and she lost her mom, and she loves science, and she's bullied at school because she is so different. And so it made me reflect on my very first day being in a very different dynamic than what I've been used to living on the south side of Chicago. And so, in case you did not know, I am from the south side of Chicago on 102nd Estate, and I come from a very large family. I'm the last out of 10 children. It's 6 girls and 4 boys. And my parents were married for 36 years. And when they divorced, I was around 9, going on 10. And so the dynamic of my childhood was very different, I'm sure, than a lot of the kids on my block, because I went to a church that was non-denominational, but the congregation was a mixed congregation. So I grew up with all different types of cultures. My sisters dated white guys, and I really didn't know that it was any type of racial divide until like you hear about it in school, but you really didn't, not in Chicago. Like, I was so behind. That'll be another story time one day, but I was so behind in my education when I moved from Chicago to Bourbonnais. But Bourbonnais, or Bourbonis, is in Kankakee County. And so in my mind, it is a part of a tri-city. So it goes Bourbonnais, Bradley, Kankakee. And so Bourbonnais is predominantly white. Bradley is a little bit more mixed. It has Mexicans and, like a sprinkle of black and white people. And then Kankakee is predominantly black. And so I was not aware of that knowledge until I started to get older. And so my very first day in 4th grade, which was Allen B. Shepherd Elementary School, and my 4th grade teacher she was the most beautiful, majestic, like kind-hearted person that God placed in my life, I believe, at the right time, because it was so dark. Mrs. Tatro, nobody knew, I think, but her. I think she maybe have gotten wind from the principal that we had been living in a Walmart parking lot. So the thoughts of a young child going from being in a home, something that that was the only thing that I knew, and then finding out that my parents divorced, and I love my dad even though he did us all types of wrong. He stopped paying the water. We didn't have any heat, any air, or any food in the house, and so we just had to make it. And so going from that dynamic to then living in a Walmart parking lot, you can only imagine what I went through emotionally and mentally. And so it's my first day at school, and I also just want to shout out to my mom, may she rest in peace. She was the hardest worker that I knew. I mean, who puts their life on hold to raise a whole tribe and then go and work downtown O'Hare at the post office. Now, if you're from Chicago, you know that O'Hare from Chicago downtown is about 20 to 30 minutes. Add that on to another hour from where we were staying in the Walmart parking lot. So you have an hour and a half travel, and then you have to come back and take care of 4 young children. Now, I'm the last, and I always got, I heard I was spoiled, but I don't remember. I don't remember being spoiled. So my very first day of 4th grade, I went in there looking raggedy. I mean, like, who has time to take down hair? And at the time, and the reason why I chose to do the story time is because my hair right now is exactly how my hair was on my first day of school in 4th grade. And so I'm sitting in the school, I'm sitting in class, the students were at recess, and I have my back to the door because I don't know what to expect. I'm just like, here I am again, like it's another change. And so I remember sitting there and the students start filing in, and all of a sudden I feel like a yank in the back of my head, and I turn around after a large scream, and this young lady, she started crying. I'm not gonna put her on blast, but Miss Tatro, she runs over and she's like, what happened? You guys just came in from recess. Did anything happen at recess? And I looked at Miss Tatro and I said, she just pulled my hair. And I turned around and one of my braids had came out in her hand because my extensions, or, oh, by the way, these are braids. We call them plaits or extensions. They were so old because my mom did not have the time to take out my hair before I went to school. I had so much new growth, and my hair was hanging on by the threads. So when she pulled it out, she pulled it out. And so I just want to inspire. I know y'all kids ain't in school right now, and y'all really want them to go back. However, in the meantime, in between time, as summer goes and comes and goes, I just want to inspire all of the parents to instill kindness in your children and instill empathy into your children, because you never know what a child is going through. I also I want to challenge you guys to inspire your kids to embrace other children's differences, because you never know what they can learn from their differences, and you, like I said, you never know what another person is going through. I'm sure if the young lady would have known that I just got done from waking up in a truck in a parking lot, that she would not have done what she did. But because I was different, the school that I went to, and I just want to shout out to Tanisha Bridgman and Dexter O'Donnell for taking me in and loving on me and showing me the ropes of that elementary school. It was probably about 12 to 15 African American students at that school with a student body of 350. I mean, what a dynamic change. And for me to walk in my first day of school, I'm bullied. Yeah. I've learned a lot. I've grown. I'm grateful. But you guys, teach your kids to be kind, because you never know what somebody is going through. So if you guys like what you have learned about me, and you want to continue this journey with me, make sure that you guys subscribe, you guys like, and you comment, and you share my story. Until next time, guys, I love you, and be good to yourselves. Peace out!